everyone. Welcome in. It is a Wednesday. It's Supernatural News and Parashare. It is Wednesday, June 24th already. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. And with me is my co-hostess. She is our princess of the paranormal. She is our queen of the macabre. She is our supernatural soul sister. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Miss Mallie Fox. Hi, Mallie.
Hello.
We're past the Father's Day holiday already.
Uh-huh.
Wow. By the way, did you say a happy Father's Day to both Mr. Foxes? This is where I get confused.
I did.
Yeah.
And my father-in-law, Mr. Fox, I had three.
Yes,
three
you
dads.
have three of them now. Yes.
Yeah.
How are all Mr. Foxes? Did they all have a good Father's Day?
Yes, and we all ate too much.
By gosh, then it's a successful Father's Day at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of barbecuing. How about you?
Yeah. Oh boy, did we have a barbecue. We had such a barbecue. We started the barbecue on fire. Which my poor brother-in-law, he started the barbecue on fire. And there was a little bit of a debate as to how you put out a barbecue fire.
Uh-huh.
Thank God intern Yoko was there. Because I think we would have made it even bigger had she not been there. So salt, evidently, is how you put it out.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that.
Well, that makes sense because sometimes with fires, you add sand to put it out. So that would make sense with salt.
Yeah. So evidently it's salt, which evidently it makes things taste better, too, because it was a wonderful barbecue after that. So I had no idea. No idea.
All right.
But yeah, we had...
Was it nice weather there?
Oh, it was so gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, ever since we had this heat wave that came through at the end of May, we've had fantastic weather ever since.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think we haven't broke mid-70s since. Which is wonderful. That's my perfect summer right there. In fact, it rained today. I don't know what the deal was there, but it rained today, and even we're recording in the evening this evening, and it's 62 degrees right now.
Nice. That's perfect weather.
I know, you can't ask for much more. I mean, it did rain all day, but I actually have a cute little video of Arnold the squirrel sitting on the porch eating seeds and watching the rainfall. It's kind of a weird video, but he's sitting there eating seeds going, yep, it's raining. Yeah, I'm like, you lazy squirrel. Although he looks a little mussed up, like he'd been out in the rain, like he was inconvenienced.
Oh.
I don't know if a squirrel can be inconvenienced, but he was. Boy, I'm rambling today, aren't I?
No, that's no problem. Oh, so so Father's Day, we went to Mr. Fox or Derek's parents' place because they have a summer place in Coldwater. Guess what Coldwater is known for?
What?
It is the place that Jeepers Creepers is based off of because that is where the bodies was being dumped that the couple saw. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Behind the church or the school. Sorry, it was a school. Yeah. So that's where it was based off of.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, it's a good thing you mentioned that because our palate cleanser today will have a little something to do with a horror movie.
Ooh, I like it.
All right. That's a good tie-in. Good.
Yeah. And that wasn't even planned.
Yeah, I know, right? We didn't even talk about that before the show.
Yeah, because usually we talk before we record. But yeah,
right.
I was going to tell you that because one day I'm going to go to that school and check it out. So, because I love Jeepers Creepers, but yeah, I didn't get a chance this time because we brought our dogs and they're nut jobs. So I can't leave them. I can't leave them alone with my in-laws.
Oh no!
I won't do that to them because I love them.
Aw. Well, but that's really cool. Well, I hope you get a chance to check that out soon. That's for sure. Yeah. So a good weekend all the way around. I hope all fathers, uncles, godfathers, whatever type of father you may be, had a great Father's Day out there and got a chance to relax and enjoy with family and just have a good day all the way around. I hope it was a great day for everyone out there. On today's news, breaking news as we speak, we had talked about that missing scientist that was found dead 11 months after she had disappeared. Melissa Casias, there's breaking news on that story.
Oh.
It's beginning to look a lot like a murder.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah. We'll tell you about that today. Lots of freaky, I shouldn't say lots of freaky UFO stories, but I probably have the freakiest UFO story and freakiest alien story you've heard this year so far.
Okay.
Coming up in today's newscast. I'll just put it to you this way. Child genius claims he was recruited into a secret program to mentally pilot UFOs.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you
Not surprised, actually.
Not surprised?
I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked.
Okay. To me, I would think, you're just a kid. You're out there playing in the yard and somebody goes, hey, kid, come here.
Yeah, but after you told me about that class that you took for like special kids.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The little secret class. I'm not surprised that they would take a genius kid and do something top secret.
Stick them behind the wheel of a UFO.
Well, maybe not a UFO, but I don't know. With all the UFO stuff going on, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I suppose. It's getting weirder and weirder, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not shocked.
This last treasure trove of disclosure stuff seemed kind of mundane. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if we're getting, if they're trying to blunt our senses with mundane stuff, and then they're going to throw something weird at us here. It's, the anniversary of Roswell is coming quickly now.
Oh.
Yeah, and supposedly this is going to be when we find out something huge. So,
okay.
It's supposed to be either early July or mid-July. We're supposed to get a huge bombshell. That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
Okay.
So, also, in today's program, we have an interesting conundrum to talk about on the alien side of things. If aliens had to survive on Earth, what exactly would they eat? I vote for Jersey Mike's. That's just me. But
that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good stuff. But we'll find out. We'll talk about that a little bit today. On the other side of things, I know what one Chinese firm is having a robot eat. We'll talk about that. We'll also check in with Ernie Hudson, who's in the news.
Oh.
Yeah. He did an interview recently because he's in the new Toy Story 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll talk a little bit about Ernie Hudson. We'll also talk a little bit about Olivia Rodrigo, who feels she's haunted by spirits, especially while making a new pop video. So we'll check in with her as well. A builder got spooked at a particular location. You're not going to believe where it was.
Like a famous location?
It may be famous to some people.
Oh.
We'll tell you where it is. You're not going to believe it. I can't help but giggle when I see it. And also, before we get to our palate cleanser today, don't throw your kids in the crocodile enclosure. We'll tell you why. That's coming up today as well. But first, let's start it off as we always do with the aliens. More specifically, let's start it off by talking some conspiracy, shall we? And talk about Melissa Casias, the missing scientist who was found dead after 11 months. Here's why, Mallie. It is not a suicide.
Okay.
They recently found 2 shocking items with her that cast a huge doubt on the suicide theory. See, if you're going to make it look like a suicide, at least take the stuff off of her that would indicate that she was going to be out for a while. Here's what I mean. The case of a missing nuclear lab employee who was found dead nearly a year after vanishing has taken a troubling turn, with new details raising questions about the suicide theory. 53-year-old Melissa Casias, a former administrative assistant at Los Alamos National Laboratory, disappeared from her home in Ranchos de Taos, New Mexico on June 26th of 2025. 1-year anniversary coming up here relatively soon, couple of days. Her skeletal remains along with a reported gunshot wound to the head, are discovered in New Mexico's Carson National Forest on May 28th, lying next to a handgun that her family insists did not belong to the wife and mother. So they say it's not her handgun, first of all. Mm-hmm. Strike one. Now, new details about her final moments have been released, revealing Casias took her toothbrush and thyroid medication before walking out the door of her Rancho de Taos home for the first time. Why would she?
Exactly.
If she was going to kill herself, why do you take a toothbrush and your thyroid medication? Why do you care if your thyroid is healthy and if your teeth are clean? Mm-hmm. Especially if you're going to do yourself in. Those are long-term prospects right there. Los Angeles Magazine contributor Lauren Conlon, who has been following Casias' case closely and first reported on the items, told News Nation that they are things that might indicate you're planning to stay alive. Morgan Wright, founder and CEO of the National Center for Open and Unresolved Cases, also said that these are key aspects of Casias' disappearance and the discovery of her remains that do not add up. Wright said, "You don't get slumped up on a tree." Most of the time, in every crime scene I've worked on, there are skeletonized remains and there's no connective tissue left. Everything's on the ground in pieces, he said. Although Casias' remains have been in the custody of authorities since June 1st, the New Mexico Office of the Medical Investigator has yet to announce an official cause of death. Earlier this month, the authorities told the Daily Mail that an initial CT scan of the remains did not reveal any projectiles in the skull, meaning no bullet was recovered alongside the skull fragments found in the woods.
Oh.
The mystery deepens. Police have not publicly confirmed Casias suffered a gunshot wound to the head. Hence, there's no cause of death yet. These details were first disclosed to the Daily Mail by Arizona-based investigator Thomas McNally, who had been working on the case on behalf of Casias' parents, Joe and Joanne Mondragon. The absence of a recovered bullet has raised questions among independent investigators. Wright said the type of ammunition allegedly used could be a key factor, telling News Nation that some bullets expand upon impact and are often recovered from a body, while others are more likely to pass completely through. He argued that determining the type of ammunition involved could help investigators understand why no projectile was found. Casias vanished after dropping off her husband, Mark, and another LANL employee at the facility that morning, approximately 70 miles from their home. She then claimed that she had to return home after forgetting her badge needed to access the nuclear lab. According to Mark, Casias had the security badge with her when she dropped him off that morning, as she would have needed the badge to get past security checkpoints to drop him off. So why would she need to go back to get it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. When Casias arrived in Ranchos de Taos, the couple's daughter, Sierra, reportedly told investigators that her mother visited the teen's place of work to drop off a sandwich, and then she had planned to work from home after forgetting the badge. Despite what Casias reportedly told her daughter and husband, she returned home to drop off her work and personal phones, which the family would later find inside the house, wiped clean of all data. Nothing on the phones. Surveillance cameras later spotted Casias walking alone eastward on State Road 518, roughly 3 miles from her house at around 2:20 p.m. local time. Former FBI Assistant Director Chris Swecker told Daily Mail in March he was concerned her disappearance was part of a much larger pattern involving individuals who had access to top-secret government research. Swecker explained that Casias' work at LANL may have made her a target for abduction, since an administrative assistant often has access to the same sensitive files that their supervisors have. In a classified lab or just a high clearance lab, they would basically be in the know on what's going on, Swecker said, and it wouldn't be the first time that their administrative assistant had been targeted. However, the woman's family and private investigators have disputed how much access Casias really had, claiming that the LANL employee lost her security clearance due to financial troubles that she and her husband were having. That's an interesting comment to make, I think. Now, did she lose it because of that reason, or is that a reason they're making up to say that she lost, my air quotes, lost her security clearance to cover up for the fact that they got her out of the way?
Yeah, I think that they're making that up.
Yeah.
Like they're using it as an excuse because normally companies don't say that, or I would think that they wouldn't say that.
And that's such a petty reason to take someone's security clearance.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's other reasons to take someone's security clearance. That's such a minor reason to take someone's security clearance.
Well, and why not take her husband's security clearance? Or does he not have the same kind of security clearance?
Well, he may have a lesser one, but even so, I can't imagine that those secrets that she has are that important that she would think of selling anything off. And that it's going to make that much money to get them that much flusher or in the black rather. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm projecting too much, but
do you think the husband knows more than what he's saying? That
may be.
Like either for the company or for his wife, like he might be helping the company. That may be.
Maybe he's complacent in the deal. Maybe maybe he's helping, like you said. Maybe he's an accomplice. That may be as well. I teased it earlier that I just think this story is creepy. A child genius claims he was recruited into a secret program to mentally pilot UFOs. The particulars on this is that this former gifted child has come forward with claims that he was removed from public school and secretly trained to develop psychic abilities for military and UFO-related applications. Speaking on the American Alchemy podcast, Jordan Jozak said he spent years being pulled out of class by psychologists before he was being transferred to a specialized facility in Western New York. There he claimed he underwent experiments involving remote viewing, altered states of consciousness, and attempts to control technology using his mind. According to Jozak, the goal was not simply to study gifted children, but to identify those with unusual cognitive abilities and train them for future roles in classified programs. I think it's just the whole idea, Mallie, that you took a young child and you said, all right, we're going to stop educating you, in everything. And we're just going to focus on training. It's almost like what the Russians used to do with young children when it came to like Olympic sports, right? We're going to dial back the conventional education and you're just going to focus on gymnastics until you bleed, stuff like that. I mean, it's just, there's a creep factor to it, right?
And where were the parents? Were they given money or, was he, didn't have a parents? Was he an orphan?
That's a good question. Jozak alleged that he was recruited through a gifted and talented education program, the GATE program that we talked about before, commonly known as GATE, after testing exceptionally high in certain academic categories as a child. He said, I was in the GATE classroom. I drank the pink drink. It's just that there was a progression of more, he told podcast host Jesse Michaels. I'll get that right. Adding that he was trained to fly UFOs with his mind. GATE was established by state departments of education beginning in California in the 1960s to provide an advanced or specialized curriculum for high-achieving students. Many former students have claimed online that they were actually part of a secret CIA initiative to test the supernatural abilities of children with above-average intelligence. However, Jozak did not name the CIA as being involved, and there's no evidence linking the CIA to America's schools. Jozak said the memories of the experiments remained buried for years before resurfacing through severe flashbacks and nightmares in 2023, when he recalled being in labs. The claims which have not been independently verified, are among the most unusual to emerge from the growing world of UFO and consciousness-related whistleblower accounts. In 2025, dozens of people claiming to have had similar experiences took to social media. One woman said she was part of the program in the 1990s, shared a workbook she purportedly used during class, showing that she was cracking codes and learning Russian. In a document dated January of 1985, the CIA discussed how young boys and girls of the nation were capable of extraordinary physical feats, including the ability to emerge unscathed when struck on the chest with the blade of a sword.
Oh.
Yikes. A young boy mentioned in the report peered inside the womb of a pregnant woman, only to announce that the fetus had no head, and the diagnosis turned out to be correct. According to Jozak, history began around 2004 and 2005 when he was tested through the school's gifted education program in Springville, New York. He said it started around age 9 when psychologists became interested in his ability to visualize information and solve certain academic tasks in unusual ways. He said, I could picture a word in my mind and then break apart the letters piece by piece. Jozak also said one of the things that these psychologists were fascinated about was my ability to spell because I was spelling at like a college level. Want to hear something weird?
Sure.
I was a spelling champ in 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I won a bunch of spelling bees. I even went over to Anoka Ramsey Community College,
mm-hmm.
and I won a bunch of spelling contests.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I spell cat K-A-T because he just won a national championship in that MBA. I don't know. That's a joke. At first, Jozak, I actually did win spelling bees, but in spelling competitions, but I just threw the cat joke in for a joke. At first, Jozak described the experience as a series of meetings with psychologists who would remove him from class for hours at a time, as being told that I was a very special kid. I had a very special brain and no one else would understand, he said, adding that the situation escalated when he was around 12 years old. Jozak said his parents were informed that he had become psychologically unstable and needed to leave the public school system.
Oh.
So they tricked his parents. He disputed that characterization, telling podcast host Jesse Michaels that he was fine and that his parents attempted to move him from the school system without any luck. So they did try to save him from this deal.
Oh.
I was refusing to go to school at one point, and people from the school district were actually showing up and moving me from the house or removing me from the house, like it was Stranger Things level stuff, Jozak claimed. According to Jozak, he was then enrolled in a program operated through Baker Victory Services, a New York organization that provided services for children with developmental, behavioral, and mental health needs. So they went from saying this kid was genius level to you've got behavioral issues.
Oh.
And they forced him to go to school. Baker Victory Services still exists today. It's a much larger organization serving a lot of other purposes, which are good, he said. The organization itself was not the problem. It was the exact location and the element that I was in. He described the facility as a highly controlled environment where he attended classes several days a week while spending the rest of his time working with psychologists and researchers. He said, I would attend school like a normal kid for like 2 or 3 days a week. And then for the other 2 or 3 days a week, depending on that, I was working heavily with a team of psychologists, researchers, psychiatrists. The most dramatic allegations involved what Jozak described as psychic training exercises. He claimed researchers taught him techniques similar to remote viewing, a controversial practice that attempts to gather information about distant people, places, or objects through mental concentration alone. He said, I had the ability to get out of my body, see in the other room, see things from a distance, and kind of shift my awareness visually. According to Jozak, he would enter into deep meditative states while listening to audio stimulation designed to alter brain activity. Researchers allegedly monitored his brain waves and encouraged him to repeat mental exercises that produced certain neurological patterns. Some former GATE students have argued that the program was tied to the CIA's Gateway program that was developed in the 1980s to explore the limitations of human consciousness using sound, meditation, and other techniques. A document released by the CIA explains that these recordings typically featured a series of nonverbal audio patterns masked by sounds like crashing waves and wind blowing through trees. Many alumni of GATE programs recalled being subjected to the same audio tests at school. Jozak claims that the training he experienced was intended to develop abilities that could eventually be used for intelligence gathering, advanced technology programs, and UFO-related research. He said, "I was in a psionic development pipeline for legacy program development," he said. A psionic development pipeline represents the systematic approach to awakening training and applying extraordinary mental abilities, including telepathy, clairvoyance, and psychokinesis. They also say that they believe some UFOs and other exotic vehicles could be operated through consciousness rather than conventional controls, and this is what they were training him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of a creepy story.
Yeah, I feel bad that his childhood was like that.
Yeah. Jozak is insisting that the experiences are real and said they explain the traumatic memories that resurfaced decades later with all of this, that he's been traumatized ever since. It's bizarre. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what would be interesting, Mallie, is as this disclosure thing moves forward, is if they do find documents that say the CIA was doing this.
Yeah.
And they say, you know, the GATE program really was something, and that this Gateway project really was something, much like MK Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are documents out there that say MK Ultra was a thing, and they're backing it up.
Mm-hmm. But
if many of these school children that remember some of this testing, like I remember some of this testing, if they actually come out and say, yeah, we did that, finally, we all don't feel like we're crazy.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be nice.
Right.
You know. Speaking of feeling like we're crazy, I think Avi Loeb is about to be vindicated in some respect. Because the government is now asking Avi Loeb to set up a UAP Science Advisory Council.
Okay.
So now we can chase Oumuamua all over the galaxy.
Oh.
And it'll be government sanctioned. The astrophysicist and UFO researcher detailed his new position in a post on his blog recently. For anyone who's been keeping tabs on the interstellar visitor 3I Atlas, you will likely be familiar with Harvard's Avi Loeb. By the way, there is a story about that this week as well. An astrophysicist and author who has devoted a great deal of his time and resources to exploring the possibility that we're not alone in the universe. Writing in his blog this week, he revealed that he has now been tasked by the Pentagon, the White House, and various other agencies to head up a new council pertaining to the UFO phenomena. The team has assembled this new UAP Science Advisory Council and offers a wide range of scientific knowledge and experience, as well as a healthy dose of skepticism. I wouldn't call Avi Loeb a skeptic. I don't know. That's just me. He said the goal of the council is to advise the U.S. government on how to resolve the nature of the unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, Loeb wrote on his blog. To do this, Loeb and his team will interpret available data as well as recommend ways to obtain new data with the goal of finding a definitive explanation for the UFO phenomena. As things stand, it will be very interesting to see how the new council operates and what conclusions, if any, reaches with regard to UAPs. Whether it will be able to find proof of alien visitation, however, remains to be seen. My guess is Avi will find it within a week. They'll say, see 3I Atlas? There it is. It's a spaceship, and it's coming back for us. And then he'll spend billions of our dollars trying to catch it. You're welcome. Yep. And we won't have any money for anything else. Won't be able to fix any reflective pools or anything else because
I knew you were going to say that.
Avi will have spent it all on 3i Atlas trying to chase it down. Trying to talk to aliens. Speaking of 3i Atlas, Mallie.
Yes.
There's a story out there this week that the little interstellar Voyager, known as 3i Atlas, it's a comet, is thought to have been on a voyage across the stars lasting more than 12 billion years. So it's old.
Yes.
Yes, it's quite old. By now, just about everyone has heard of 3i Atlas, that interstellar object that Avi Loeb chased for God knows how long. Not 12 billion years, but pretty long. It was thought by most scientists to be a comet. It's a comet. And it was discovered passing through our solar system last year. Most of the intrigue surrounding this object came courtesy of a vocal minority, including Professor Avi Loeb, that we just talked about in the last story, who believed that there was a reasonable chance that 3i Atlas could be, in fact, an artificially constructed object controlled by an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. Evidence of this came in the form of various anomalies concerning the object's speed, composition, and trajectory that Loeb, in particular, had interpreted as evidence of artificial construction. When 3i Atlas reached its closest approach to Earth and headed back off into an interstellar space, however, it quickly became apparent that there was nothing intelligent about it at all. It was a comet. It wasn't that intelligent. This doesn't mean that it is not significant, however, as evidenced by a new study that is based on more observations of the comet using the James Webb Space Telescope. According to study lead author Martin Cordner of NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center, 3i Atlas may be, in fact, 12 billion years old. That's 3 times the age of our own solar system, making it the oldest object humans have ever observed. Speaking to Agency France Presse, he stated that the enigmatic visitor may have been on a vast and unimaginable trajectory around our galaxy. While it is still possible that there are other explanations for its unusual composition, chances are that we have been looking at a relic from billions of years before our solar system even existed. So, Mallie, it looks like 3i Atlas is 12 billion years old. So evidently, I don't know. That is old. I don't know if it stopped celebrating birthdays at any particular point. I don't know if that was a thing for it at one time or another, but it's old. That's the one thing that Avi Loeb never did bring up, by the way, is that it's old. I don't know why, but you know, it's I don't know. That was not one of the things that that he chose to bring up. Our next story is one of actually finding aliens. The key to finding aliens may be to search for technological remains, according to this story and this next story. If intelligent civilizations have existed in the past, then the remains of their megastructures may still be possible to find. It says here, even if we are not the first or only intelligent civilization in the universe, it is entirely possible that many other advanced civilizations rose and fell long before humanity ever arrived on the scene. In a new study headed up by astronomer Brian Lackey of the Breakthrough Listen Initiative at the University of Oxford, researchers argue that the best way to find them is to search for the remains of their largest structures, which technological wonders of a scale we can only dream of matching. What are these big structures, you may ask? Well, traces of them, Lackey argues, would have ended up on worlds within our own solar system. These big structures, by the way, that they're talking about would be a Dyson sphere, a large structure or swarm of smaller structures built to surround and harness the energy from an entire star. They're thinking that's the way that they actually got to our solar system. If this swarm was not carefully monitored and its position not adjusted on a routine basis, the individual platforms within the swarm might begin to collide with one another, causing a devastating cascade and producing a large amount of debris. Eventually, this debris could end up becoming vast clouds of dust or technograins. As the solar system passes through this reservoir, the worlds within it would be exposed to a sprinkling of technograins. By the way, I love a good bowl of technograins in the morning with a little bit of milk. Oh, it's good fiber. And a small fraction of those can land softly enough in the regolith of the worlds like the moon, Lackey wrote. So could there really be remains of an alien megastructure in our own solar system? Well, only time will tell. I can tell you this much. The only Dyson sphere you're going to see is on the end of a vacuum cleaner. So far, that's all I know. So there's that.
Uh-huh.
So if we ever did have an alien that showed up, whether it be their Dyson sphere or otherwise, what exactly would they eat? I guess that's the question. By the way, there's the creepiest picture of two aliens in this particular article.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
That is, isn't it? As it turns out, science fiction has long explored the idea of aliens walking among us, but how would these entities sustain themselves? Now, I said earlier Jersey Mike's, I think, is probably their best shot, right? I mean, they've got plenty of tasty things over there. In Steven Spielberg's iconic 1980s movie, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the titular alien is seen eating and drinking all manner of human foods and beverages, from chocolates to tins of beer. Reese's Pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all know that. In reality, however, it's unlikely that any entity that lived or evolved on another world would be capable of consuming and digesting the same types of foods that we consume. For example, in War of the Worlds, the alien invaders literally die because they drink the Earth's water, which is contaminated with bacteria that prove deadly to them. Professor Jose Miguel Soriano del Castillo of the University of Valencia has long pondered the issue. He argues that dining on the same foods that humans eat would be highly risky for a visitor from another world, and that their best bet would be to instead seek out the individual nutrients and raw materials of food, such as water, nitrogen, salts, and basic organic molecules. If they were advanced enough, they might even be able to use those materials to synthesize suitable foods that they are able to eat. As for what an alien might typically eat on its own planet, well, it's difficult to speculate because it depends entirely on the biology of the alien and the nature of its planet's atmosphere. If we were ever in a position in which we had to provide food to an alien visitor, we would likely need a whole team of scientists and nutritionists to determine what it could and could not eat. Feeding it the wrong thing, no matter how well intentioned, could prove fatal. Now, depending on who you are, if you're well-intentioned or not well-intentioned, I don't know, what would be the first thing you'd try to feed an alien? What would you try and feed it?
That's a good question.
You know, I just think about what I feed my chipmunks. Wouldn't you start with basic protein?
Probably.
Would you give it a peanut? Would it be like Andre the Giant and the Princess Bride? Would you like a peanut?
With our luck, they probably have a nut allergy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. You couldn't give them peanut butter, could you? Or maybe you could. I don't know. Wouldn't you feel bad if they had a peanut allergy and you gave them peanut butter?
Yeah.
I mean,
for signs of alien life, and we kill it.
And we kill it with peanut butter?
Yep.
You're like, here, try this delicious PB&J, and then they swell up, and that's it, and we killed the aliens? It'd be horrible. I mean, kind of funny, but it'd be horrible. I mean, not funny, but, you know.
Right.
About the same thing. Our next story has to do with the fact that there's a new study out there that confirms that the expansion of the universe is still accelerating. New findings suggest that the universe is not only expanding, but is still doing so at an ever-increasing rate. Now, back in 1929, Edwin Hubble, you've heard of the Hubble telescope, observed or observationally confirmed that the universe is not static, but is in fact constantly expanding. Most recently, observations by modern telescopes have indicated that the universe isn't just expanding, but is actually doing so at an ever-accelerating rate. That's not to say that there hasn't been some uncertainty over this. However, with some other recent studies arguing that the expansion may or may not be accelerating at all, or may even be slowing down, that's been argued as well. We still don't understand why the universe's expansion is accelerating, though a mysterious and dominant form of energy known as dark energy is thought to be the main driver of it. Now, a new study has succeeded in confirming once again at the rate of expansion and the fact that it's increasing. To determine this, researchers observed objects known as type LA supernovas and measured their brightness to determine distance. Type LA supernovae are the premier tool for measuring the expansion history of the universe and provided the first evidence in 1998 that cosmic expansion is accelerating due to dark energy, said study co-author and astrophysicist Adam Rees of Johns Hopkins University in Maryland. The question is, will the universe expand at an accelerating rate forever? And will it ever slow down? Also, if it doesn't, what will ultimately become of the cosmos? To these questions, it says we currently have no answers.
Oh.
I love the non-committal bits to these stories this week. It's like, we have no answers. So, la-di-da-di-da. Why not just make one up?
Exactly.
You know, why not just make one up? I'm good with a made-up answer this week. I don't know about you, Mal, but made-up answers are good.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Let's see. I think we have, if I remember right, I think we have one more before we go to break here this week. Again, folks, if you have a story for us, you can send it to me at tim@darknessradio.com. And coming up in the second part of the program, we, of course, have our AI stories, and then we have some other stories as well. And our palate cleanser today has to do with a horror movie. As Mallie had teased so eloquently at the beginning of the program. Yes, one more story here before we go to break. Get ready for totality, which is the next eclipse, which is set to occur this year. One of the more remarkable celestial shows it's possible to witness, and it will be hitting parts of the world in a couple of months. A total solar eclipse occurs when the moon, of course, passes directly over the sun in the sky, covering it up to such an extent that it turns day into night for a brief period of time. For those directly on the path of totality, that sounds so ominous, by the way, that this is a rare and impressive spectacle, but even for those who only see a partial solar eclipse from their location, it's still worth taking a look at. Fortunately, those hoping to experience this for themselves don't have to wait very long. The next total solar eclipse, August 12th of this year.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
That's
coming
not
soon.
very long at all.
No. To see full totality, it'll be necessary for you to be in Greenland, Iceland, northern Spain, or certain parts of Portugal.
Oh.
Yeah, so it won't be here in the U.S. I mean, if you're in those areas and listening to us right now, of course, you're going to see totality. Other countries will, however, see varying degrees of the eclipse, including the UK, other parts of Europe, and also parts of Africa. One thing that makes this eclipse particularly special is that some areas will see it happen at sunset, meaning in Spain, for instance, they'll see the eclipse as the sun starts to dip beyond the horizon. Kind of pretty, actually. Total eclipses are a surreal and unusual thing to experience. The sky becomes dark in the middle of the day, the birds start to behave strangely, and everything takes on an eerie, otherworldly feel. It's perhaps no surprise that cultures across the world have revered and feared total eclipses for thousands of years. Kind of interesting.
Well, maybe there'll be a YouTube video for us to watch.
Yeah. I don't mind watching it by YouTube video. Although it's you know, I don't know. I do love seeing a good eclipse live, you know. We had that one, was it last year or the year before? That we had the time is going so fast.
Yeah.
But the one that we had live almost worldwide, was it the year before or last year, the year before, was quite exciting. I was that worldwide phenomenon was to have that many people that were into it, and it kind of felt like it brought people together. That was kind of special. That was good.
Yeah.
Although it's not good to stare into the sun. I mean, without some sort of eye protection, but
right.
But yeah, I think to have that new eclipse coming, I think it'll be fun for people around the world to get a good look at that. All right, coming up on the other side of the break, we've got Olivia Rodrigo, who claims she had some spirits that were bothering her during her recording session. We'll check in with Ernie Hudson. That's coming up next. Also, I believe we have there's one story about Stonehenge. And also our palate cleanser today has to do with a horror movie. We'll tell you, by the way, about a special somebody who may enjoy watching that horror movie with you. I'll give you that much of a clue. It's all coming up next. By the way, if you have a Parashare, we haven't had a Parashare here in a little bit. I think I might have one sitting around that we could read today. If you have a Parashare for us, a true life experience that you've had with a ghost, with an alien, with Sasquatch, you can send it in to me, tim@darknessradio.com. Type it out in an email, send it to me. You can send me a voice note by recording one at darknessradioshow.com. There's a little blue button on the right-hand side. Record your 2-minute voicemail or voice note at darknessradioshow.com and send it along. If you need more time, just click that blue button, rinse, repeat, and keep doing that. I'll stitch it together. We'll play it here. Or if you have a studio just like the one I'm sitting in here now, you can send us a video message and send it along to tim@darknessradio.com. I'll be sure to play it here during the show. All right. Olivia Rodrigo, Ernie Hudson, Stonehenge, and horror movies. It's all coming up next, right here on the best in paranormal podcasting, supernatural news, and Parashare, right here on a Wednesday with Tim Dennis and Mallie Fox on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. Welcome back to the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio on a Wednesday, supernatural news and Parashare with your buddies Tim and Mallie. Mallie? Should I just rip the Band-Aid off?
Yeah, just do it.
All right, let's do it. It's time now once again for our AI segment, AI News. I'll give it this now. It's not as bad this week as you may think.
Okay, that's good at least.
Yeah. In fact, as a matter of fact, only 2 stories this week, much to people's chagrin. I do normally get stories of doom and gloom from people. This week, I think people took the weekend off for Father's Day. Two of the most bizarre AI stories I think I've ever seen. Our first one is in China. Actually, they're both in China, to be honest with you. The Chinese are doing weird things with robots, which I applaud them fully.
That sounds funny.
It does. It's meant to sound funny.
Right.
But I applaud them for the weird things they are doing with robots. The first weird thing, a robotic street beggar asks for recharge money. And it's going viral in China. The bizarre spectacle saw the robot kneeling on the floor, begging random members of the public for money. Things are even hard in the AI world right now, Mel. Yep. The world is now so high-tech that even beggars are being replaced by robots, sort of. A recent stunt on the streets of a city in China saw a humanoid Unitree G1 made by Hangzhou-based Unitree Robotics, kneeling on the pavement begging for cash. Accompanied by a donation bowl and a speaker that was putting out sad music, the robot displayed a note that read, "Desperately need electricity fees."
Oh.
Is that cute or pathetic? I can't tell. A QR code made it possible for people to donate online through WeChat payments. Oh, that's convenient. You don't have to necessarily have cash. It seems that these robots, which cost a relatively low $13,500, that's it, are starting to show up in all walks of life. Within a few years, low-cost humanoid robots could become commonplace, especially given Elon Musk's push to manufacture his own Tesla robots en masse. Could this be the beginning of the age of robots, Mallie? Especially since you don't even have to go out on the street corner and beg anymore. You can have your robot do it for you.
Oh.
Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
All you need is 13.5. The other thing you can do, Mellie, with your robot.
Yes.
A Chinese firm, again, we're back in China, has invented a robot toilet that comes to you when called.
Okay.
You don't even have to get up to go to the bathroom. It comes to you.
Well, now we're being really lazy.
Yeah. Well, you see, you just sitting there laying on the couch watching Love Island. Second time in 2 days, Love Island has come up. Just getting your Love Island fix, and you're like, you know what? I kind of got to go, but I kind of don't want to go. I kind of just want to go here in front of the TV. Because who wants to miss a minute of Love Island? And you're like, here, toilet, 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 toilet. And here it comes, walking over to you. In the future, you may not even have to physically go to the bathroom when you need to use the facilities. This creeps me out more than anything.
But what if you have stage fright? Like, I have issues peeing in front of other people. Like, when you go to public restrooms and stuff, if someone's in there, it's hard for me. Because, like, I like to run water when I go to the bathroom.
I was the type of kid, if you told me the potty was going to eat your stuff, I would have been scared for years.
Yeah.
To me, this is a living toilet.
Yep.
Imagine little kids who are trying to toilet train and the potty comes over to you.
Ugh.
Oh, that's nightmare fuel right there, especially for a toddler. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
By the way, this was developed by Chinese technology brand Yuban. The bizarre contraption, which has been named Xiaoban, or Little Companion, is essentially a robotic self-driving toilet on wheels. That doesn't make it any cuter. You can activate it either via voice command or simply by pressing a button. Once enabled, it will literally navigate your house to reach your current location, providing a convenient option for relieving yourself without having to go anywhere near a bathroom. While it might sound like the ultimate accessory for the terminally lazy, the device is actually intended for the elderly as well as people with reduced mobility or physical disabilities. Now that I can see.
Right.
Right? I mean, for that's convenient. The robot works using LiDAR and ultrasonic sensors to map out a home's layout. Now, if this is anything like a Roomba, you're totally going to get missed by this thing.
Yeah.
You're going to end up pissing in a corner somewhere. Yeah, because the thing will never get to you. It'll end up bumping into walls and humping a corner somewhere and it'll never find you. It even it provides bidet functionality so that the person using it doesn't even have to clean themselves up. How does it do that? I thought a bidet had to be hooked up to a pipe.
Yeah, because it squirts out water.
Yeah. Does it have its own water tank on the back?
Oh, maybe.
Whether it actually will catch on, however, remains to be seen. By the way, the robot toilet costs as much as a regular functional robot, $13,000.
That's okay.
You're not down with that?
Nah.
I think I want one.
Timmy.
Just so I can impress guests. Oh, you have to go? Little companion.
Yeah, but then that means they have to go in front of you if you're bringing it over.
That's right.
Oh, that's gross. Timmy. God, and the way you said it.
Giggity, giggity, giggity. That's right. I just wanted to gross you out there.
Yeah, well, you did it.
Oh, great. That's what I was trying to do.
Yep. Succeed.
That's right.
Success.
By the way, the next banner on the next story had these two ladies on it.
Squatting. Nice. Nice.
And the jokes never stop. Mm-hmm.
That reminds me, back in the 90s, I think the bar was Tiff's. I don't know if it's still there in St. Paul.
Yeah.
But when the line was too long, and the girls would just go outside and squat in the alleyway.
See, that's when the robot toilet comes in handy.
Yeah.
Oh, little companion.
Just wait for you outside like a taxi.
It just rolls up like an Uber.
Yep.
There's some poor unfortunate girls in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at you drunk. What am I supposed to do with this? Well, it's better than the alley.
Yeah.
The freaky diggy toilet. the freaky. It's kind of fun. See, there's all kinds of uses for it, Mallie. It's only $13,000.
Yeah, only.
It's only $13,000.
Price of a car.
Yeah, price for a car.
Used car, but price of a car.
A used car. Well, what's it?
Well, you can't get a new car for $13,000 nowadays, can you? I don't think you can.
A Kia? Can you buy a Kia for $13,000?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Let me look it up here. Can you buy a Kia for? Can you buy a?
I mean, back in the day, you probably could, or you could buy a different kind of car back in the day for $13,000. Maybe like 20 years ago.
Let's see, what is the price of a new Kia Sorento? $2026 Kia Sorento.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why do I have to accept all your? Oh,
right.
why?
Or just, can you buy a new? While you do that,
They don't.
Can you buy a new car for $13,000?
They don't make this easy on you. I just want to know what the Sorento costs. That's all.
Yeah. Well, what does the Sorento look like?
Oh, geez. It's a lot more than $13,000. That's what a Sorento looks like, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an SUV, isn't it?
It is, but it used to be back in the day, Kias were like the cheapest cars ever. What is their Sportage? Sportage goes for 28, 24. Gosh, even the cheapest Kia is $24,000 these days. Used to be you could buy a Kia for like $11,000.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they used to be like the cheapest thing on the road.
Oh, I just Googled it.
Yeah.
AI says, no, you cannot buy a brand new car for $13,000.
What?
The cheapest new car in the U.S. starts around $21,000 to $22,000.
What is it?
It says 2026, the Hyundai Venue starts at $22,650.
Jeez.
Yep.
Stuff's way
but
too
the
expensive.
average transaction price is closer to $48,000.
Oh, I'll walk. You know what? I'll take my robot toilet everywhere. That's what I'll do. Yeah. I'll just sit on the seat and I'll be like, onward and forward, little companion. I'll ride him like a horse. We'll go everywhere together. Yeah. That's what I'll do. All right. Speaking of onward and forward. By the way, did you know that Ernie Hudson's 80 years old?
No, I did not. I didn't think he was that old.
He probably needs one of those little robot toilets. That's my guess. Yeah, and people can't stop talking about his workouts, I guess. He does not look 80.
No, he does not.
No.
He looks really good for being 80.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a stellar human being whether you say it's good workouts or good genetics, one or the other. Ernie Hudson is 80 years old, and he recently spoke to Yahoo in their Off the Cuff series. He says, as a young man, I thought you'd be crawling around on the ground looking for somebody to help you at the age of 80. He said, the sky would be darker, but the sun is still shining. He says, I feel good. I'm working. My wife is happy. He recently had a cancer scare, too, but he got through that.
Oh, that's good.
He says, how many 80-year-olds aim for 100 push-ups a day? 100 push-ups a day.
I can do like 10, but I need my knees. I'm so out of shape.
If we're talking push-ups, they better be those orange things in the toilet rolls that you eat.
Oh, yeah.
I could do 100 of those.
The orange sherbet?
Yeah, I could do 100 of those.
Those are so good.
Yeah, but if you're talking physical ones, I couldn't do those. Ernie Hudson was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 1998, followed by rectal cancer in 2011. He says those experiences shifted his perspective. He said, when you get faced with that, you realize this is not forever, and you don't have time to waste it on things that you have no control over. He's busier than ever now. He's stepped into the role of Combat Carl in Toy Story 5, which is out right now. And he appears in the CBS series Boston Blue and in BET's The Family Business while maintaining a full house at home. He's the father of 4 and now a great-grandfather.
Wow.
Yeah. And still isn't an empty nester. Isn't that something? Uh-huh. 80 years old. Mm-hmm. He was also asked by Yahoo about... They had asked him about the Ghostbusters series. Let's see if I can grab the line here. They had asked him about his marriage. He's been married for decades. They said, Ghostbusters has spanned generations. What does that role and franchise mean to you? He said, I recently did a convention in Kansas City, and so many people came out. Little kids in Ghostbusters jumpsuits, families turning their cars into ectomobiles, guys with backpacks. People will come up and introduce a kid named Winston or show me tattoos. Aww. Oh, that's cute. I love it when it crosses generations. Older people can share it with their great-grandkids. I've done a lot of movies, but rarely do they touch generations like that. After over 40 years, it's been 40 years.
We're old.
Yeah. People still love it and respond to it. I'm humbled by it, he says. So, yeah. Ernie Hudson. Good for Ernie. Talk about a guy who, if you ever have the pleasure of meeting him, is just a gentleman and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Mm-hmm. Ernie Hudson is 80. Hard to believe. But he's probably one of the most in shape, amazing human beings at 80 years old you'll ever meet. So, all right. Speaking of ghosts and Ghostbusters, I don't think Olivia Rodrigo is one of those Ghostbusters. That's for sure. She's just plain creeped out by spirits. And she felt haunted by spirits, making a pop video and says that she lives with a friendly ghost. Why is she creeped out then?
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. Creeped out Olivia Rodrigo had a spooky run-in shooting a pop video at the Palace of Versailles just outside...
Versailles.
I heard it said Versailles the other day.
Really?
Yep. I got corrected. I've always said Versailles.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And said somebody said, no, it's Versailles. Okay. I said, well, you Versailles it one way and I Versailles it another. What I told them. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. And admits,
well, then,
I'll say Versailles for the two of us if you want. But I was corrected.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry for interrupting then.
No, it's all right.
I've been there, so I'm...
No, I know.
I don't know.
I know.
We all said Versailles. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
And admits she lives with a ghost back home. By the way, she has a new album out. It just came out. Chart topper Olivia Rodrigo says she felt haunted by spirits making her latest pop video and found the whole experience creepy. Oh, come on. Just buck up there, Olivia. Mm-hmm. However, it's nothing new for the star. She claims to live with a friendly ghost at a home. Olivia is on course for another #1 with her acclaimed third album. You seem pretty sad for a girl so in love.
Oh.
The album titles are getting more and more ridiculous. By the way, I'm convinced now, Mallie, I'm going to do it. Even if it's just for another side income. I'm needing a side income these days. Fake band name t-shirts. I'm going to start putting them on the website.
You mentioned that before, yeah.
I threatened I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. I need the income now. So you're going to start seeing fake band name t-shirts and mascots and all that other stuff on the website. I'm going to put them up this week. One of the LP's highlights is Drop Dead, accompanied by a music video shot at the Palace of, we'll say Versailles.
Well, I mean, I could be wrong.
I'll take.
Now I'm questioning it, but I always thought it was Versailles.
I was corrected.
And I know, you know what though? There's a Versailles in Kentucky, but they pronounce it differently, and I forget how they pronounce it because I always thought it was weird.
Let's split the difference. Versailles.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's how they say it? No, I mean, I might be wrong, and I apologize if I am incorrect.
Which is just outside of Paris. 403-year-old lodging built by King Louis XIII. It's supposed to be one of the most haunted places in France, and old Liv concurs. I'm glad she did. I'm glad she signed off on it. Because I don't know what I would have done if Olivia Rodrigo wouldn't co-sign on that deal. I'm being facetious here, Mal. You can laugh at any time. Liv, as they call her in the article, revealed, "It was so incredible. I can't believe that they let me film there. It was really wild. It started as kind of a pipe dream of, oh, that could be cool one day if I could go and visit Versailles. And it turned into us having the place all night and be able to film a whole video in it. It was really, really special. However, prancing around a palace may look fun. At night, things got a little spooky." She says it was a little creepy. She said, "I kind of believe in ghosts, and I'd feel like if I was a ghost, I'd probably want to haunt the halls of Versailles." Of course you would. The Palace of Versailles is widely rumored to be haunted by former royals, most notably King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. "I definitely felt some spirits there," Liv told the Capital Evening Show. It's not her first run-in, as Glastonbury headliner Olivia has to deal with a poltergeist on a daily basis back home. She said, "I'm living in a haunted house right now, but it's fine. Like, love the ghost. Like, super nice, friendly ghost." But it's a poltergeist. How is it a super nice, friendly ghost and it's a poltergeist?
Yeah, that's weird.
She explained a recent run-in. She said, "My friend was in there alone one time and was trying to mess with me and held the phone up to the TV and was like, 'Ghost, if you're in here, like, turn the TV on for Olivia.' And nothing happens. It's like 10 o'clock at night. The TV starts blaring like an old Turner Classic movie at full volume, like a movie from the 1950s. And she ran out and she was so scared." Well, you asked for the movie to be turned on.
Mm-hmm.
If you said, "Ghost, make me a drink," and it came out with a martini, would you go, "Oh, holy shit, it's a martini," and then run?
Right.
Or would you take a sip and go, "Oh, great martini, thanks, appreciate that"? Can't be scared of what you ask for.
Mm-hmm.
The singer is just okay with it because she believes they get on. She says, "It's never happened to me, though, because I am respectful. My mom knows a lot about it, the ghost backstory, but I prefer not to know. I hope I'm not like doing juju saying this. Peace and love to the ghost."
Nice.
You're welcome for that one. And she says, "And I love living in my house." So there you go. She loves living in her house. She loves her ghost. Peace and love, peace and love.
Mm-hmm.
one other entertainment type deal. Have you heard there's a new song by the Rolling Stones that's paranormal based?
No.
It's really good. If you have Apple Music, you can access two of the new Rolling Stones songs off the new album Foreign Tongues, and it's called In the Stars.
Okay.
It's really good. It's a really good song. And actually the video is out for it now too. If you tune into certain video services. And in the video, they're all de-aged back to like when they were in the late 60s, early 70s. So they kind of got that hippie look to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of a cool little video.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Check it out if you're able to. So, there you go. All right. I teased earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There were some builders that were spooked at a certain building with paranormal activity as they were doing renovation work. It's not your typical building. You might find ghosts.
Okay.
Guess where this building was?
Not your typical building that you might find ghosts.
Right. Although I can imagine being a ghost and hanging out here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a bar?
Kind of. I mean, there might be alcohol here. I can imagine there is.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you one guess. Just take a swing, so to speak.
Well, I was going to say Grand Ole Opry, but I think that is haunted.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it is. When I say take a swing, so to speak.
Oh. Is it, so it's a stadium? Wait, is it the Baseball Hall of Fame thing?
No.
Like Cooper. Okay, what?
Well, I didn't even think of that. But no, when I said take a swing, so to speak, it was a swingers club.
Oh, I'm way off. Okay.
I was
like drop the keys in the bowl kind of swingers club?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We go to England, where construction workers and a staff at a kinky venue have reported an unexplained occurrence or two after breaking through a wall to an adjoining mystery home where a family once vanished from the records. Maybe they were embarrassed. An adult nightclub that formerly housed a bank has become the focus of an eerie investigation. The alternative venue, as it's being called, featured a relaxed bar area and a bondage dungeon. That's an unusual combo. And it's reported to have a horrible atmosphere in certain sections, which emerged following recent refurbishment work. Paranormal investigators and ghost hunting specialists have arrived at Vault 72 in Plymouth, Devon, after the proprietor reported things happening, that's in quotes, when a connecting wall to neighboring premises was breached. A doorway links two separate structures, Vault 72, previously a bank, and a long-abandoned residential building on Ford Park Lane, where a family vanished from the records. That's another quote. Ever since we knocked through that wall, said nightclub owner Andreas Drosadius, things started happening. That's according to the nightclub owner. Recent refurbishment of the property is believed to have triggered a disturbance. Employees and construction workers have shared accounts of doors opening independently alongside a sensation of dread on the upper floor. Perhaps most disturbing of all, a brick was thrown at a builder while work was underway, breaking through the mysterious sealed doorway as the nightclub undergoes expansion. We plan to join the two buildings to create a new, bigger venue, but something doesn't like what we're doing, Andreas said. On Tuesday, March 31st, a team of paranormal investigators from Shadow Tour Paranormal, who have explored numerous sites throughout Devon and Cornwall, visited the well-known venue, Vault 72, to discover what otherworldly activity they might encounter, and things turned decidedly weird, like it wasn't before when it was a swingers club.
Mm-hmm.
Vault 72 is Plymouth's premier alternative LGBTQ plus friendly bar with a passion for kink. That's their slogan, by the way. I'm not making that up. According to their website, the establishment serves as a social hub for like-minded people who are open to exploring alternative lifestyles. And a little bit of ghost hunting on top of it, I guess now. Once a bank many years ago, the walls remained sheet metal dotted with rivets, while the original bank vault door, manufactured by Chubb London, it's kind of funny that it was manufactured by Chubb London, you know what I mean, still stands as a testament to the building's more formal past. This is one of the most unusual places we've had to ghost hunt, said Matt Bear Clark from Shadow Tour Paranormal. I think it's funny that Matt Clark's nickname is Bear, and he's at an LGBTQ club. You know what I mean? He says there's a blank dungeon for a start. I think it's supposed to be a sex dungeon, but they wouldn't put it in the article.
Right.
Yeah, it's a sex dungeon. Just say it. Just say it.
Right.
Come on, Mirror. Just say it's a sex dungeon. Matt, commonly referred to as Bear, has operated Shadow Tour Paranormal for several years, hosting regular investigations at sites in Cornwall and Devon. I'm sure they love him there at that place. We've got paranormal tech devices, new and old, camera setup. Bear outlined well at the premises on the 31st of March. There's even a plan to do a group seance later on, which could be interesting. Hey, why not? Bear was accompanied by author Jonathan Boakes and Four Bears Paranormal. I wonder if there's a Goldilocks in the middle of those four bears. Who have also examined many Devon and Cornwall venues for supernatural phenomena. As the investigators moved through the club and down the connecting passageway, they described a distinct change of atmosphere and appearance. They observed that the old forgotten house adjoining Vault 72 has been reduced to its bare bones as the place undergoes a transformation. Becky Chapman of Four Bears Paranormal said, "It's a great place, a really impressive old building, loads of character, such as the old fireplaces and the original stairs." The striking staircase indeed spirals up 4 stories from the distinctly unsettling cellar to the uppermost attic chambers formerly occupied by domestic staff. Elaborate cast iron fireplaces remain as echoes of grander days and the occupants who inhabited the historic property in bygone times. Andreas revealed a disconcerting detail about the abandoned dwelling. He said it's had a strange history. There was a family here after it was built, but they vanished from the records. Then it was owned by the council until it was rented by the bank. Evidence of previous inhabitants became apparent as the team investigated further, uncovering fragments of vintage wallpaper and concealed painted lettering lurking within voids and plasterwork. "The basement is horrible," said Jonathan Boakes, who spent a good half hour down there alone, feeling quite comfortable, rather, not uncomfortable, until my light pole went off. He's got a light pole. Imagine that. He said if it had decent power when I went down to the basement, but it just switched off, he said. That's not a comfortable feeling, being lost in the pitch black. Further technical difficulties and battery depletion persisted throughout the evening, leaving the team questioning whether something or someone was interfering with their equipment. At one stage, the team detected heavy footsteps on the old stairs, initially assuming Andreas was approaching to check on their well-being, yet nobody was present. Becky explained, "It was at least 6 steps coming from the stairs down below. I thought it was a person until I looked." Four Bears Paranormal deployed an array of ghost hunting equipment, instruments capable of detecting atmospheric changes and spirit box radios, which mutter occasional words and phrases. "We had quite a few names come through," Matt from Four Bears revealed, plus some weird statements and which were quite aggressive sounding. Phrases including "stop," "get out," "stop there," "go away" were picked up by the various radio devices, according to the team. Local paranormal investigators known as Phoenix and Medusa were simultaneously running their own investigations, employing a Ouija board and group seances. They believe a dark negative entity dwells at the top floor of the old house. Phoenix stated, "It's a demonic presence. It's a bad energy, but we're looking to cast protection over people tonight." A shadowy figure has been spotted not only in the old house, but also within the bar at Vault 72 during a packed evening. One local customer had this to contribute. We were at the bar and noticed a very tall person in the corner by the window. You get all sorts in here, but something about this one definitely felt weird. They were in a black hood, long robe, and just stood there. Then, after a while, they were gone, but no one saw them leave. To conclude the investigation, on March 31st, paranormal host Phoenix led a seance around a haunted table, which is believed to be a regular haunt for a ghost named Jerry. The ghost's name is Jerry? It's not very scary. Spine-chilling atmosphere descended upon the bar as everyone present reported sensing that a spirit had entered the room. Must be Jerry. Andreas remains open-minded about the ghosts and spirits that may dwell in his club. Provided they leave him and his patrons in peace, he's happy to coexist. He said, I don't know that the ghosts or what the ghosts make of our club, but I'm sure some of them enjoy it. Maybe they just want to have some fun. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of when we investigated that strip club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A long time ago.
That was a long time ago. Yeah. And people are like, what?
Yeah. Yes, we investigated a strip club.
Yes, we did. And the ghosts like to have fun. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. We're just going to leave you hanging on that, folks. That's all.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it another day on the show.
It was closed.
It was closed. Yeah. It wasn't an active strip club.
Yeah.
It was a former. Yeah. Well, that's really all there is to it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But plenty of colorful questions for the ghosts. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. There's a new theory out there, Mallie, that consciousness may not require flesh and blood. The latest theory of consciousness offers up the possibility that conscious awareness could be more widespread than we think. The theory is courtesy of philosophy professor Eric Schwitzgabel of the University of California, Riverside, and former UCR graduate student Jeremy Pober of the University of Lisbon. The idea is essentially that consciousness can arise in forms of life completely different to our own, such as in alien life forms built of completely different materials than ourselves. Prime example of this could be the rock-based alien in the movie Project Hail Mary. The concept is based on the idea that the idea of substrate flexibility. Something can serve the same function despite being made from different materials. On this basis, a creature could be made entirely different to a human. It could be based on some completely different biology, but still be capable of consciousness. Similarly, an artificial intelligence could also be theoretically self-aware or achieve that self-awareness. The study authors maintain that it is not reasonable to assume that our own biological selves are the only examples of conscious life in the universe. Humans may simply be the tip of the iceberg. So with that in mind, is my microphone sentient? I'm just kidding. Our next story has to do with Noah's Ark in Turkey. A major investigation has been given a green light on that site in Turkey. The long-debated Durupinar Formation near Mount Ararat will be the subject to the most detailed investigation to date. The site, which has long been rumored to be the final resting place of the biblical vessel, is situated approximately 3 kilometers north of the Iranian border and around 6,500 feet above sea level. Researchers from all around the world have investigated the site over the years, but the question of whether it really is the final resting place of Noah's Ark or simply just a natural formation remains up in the air. Around a year ago, a series of scans conducted at the site by Andrew Jones of Noah's Ark Scans and his colleagues revealed tantalizing evidence that something may be there. Using ground-penetrating radar, the team uncovered signs of a tunnel-like void running through the center of the formation, as well as additional regular structures inside of it. The scans also reportedly showed 3 distinct layers, matching biblical descriptions of the ark's 3 decks. The team claimed that this represents evidence of interior corridors and rooms. Fast forward to the present, and now official permission has been given to the team to conduct what will likely be the most comprehensive investigation to date of the Durupinar Formation. The researchers will be using scanning technology and other non-destructive methods to map out exactly what lies beneath the surface of the site. Depending on what they find, the new research could help to prove or disprove once and for all whether or not the site really is the biblical vessel, biblical vessel's final resting place. I'll get that all out, but yeah. So it could be actually where Noah's Ark is resting. So
okay,
there you go. Speaking of famous sites, a smaller, earlier structure is discovered just a few miles away from Stonehenge. The world's famous Wiltshire Monument may have been predated by a much smaller, simpler configuration of wooden posts. Situated a mere 3 miles from the iconic megalithic stones, the structure, which dates back 5,000 years, making it 500 years older than Stonehenge, has almost completely disappeared aside from 2 holes in the ground that would have once held large timber posts. Significantly, these posts would have been aligned with the summer and winter solstices, just like Stonehenge. And a number of artifacts, such as pottery, flint tools, and animal bones, have also been found in the vicinity of the site. The excavation was headed up by Phil Harding, who is an archaeologist, Mallie, an archaeologist.
That's a lot of syllables.
Yes, words is hard. Who is best known for his regular appearances on the Channel 4 TV show Time Team, again over in England. 2 post pits tell me much more about the people 5,000 years ago, he said. This tells me about the whole community. This tells me about how they were thinking, how they were behaving, how they were revering the heavens. That's a lot for 2 post pits. I mean, 2 post pits to me tells me that barbecue is about to be served. That's what that tells me. The discovery paints a picture of a time when structures such as these may have been commonplace across the region. Exactly how many monuments or how many such monuments once existed, however, will probably never be known. Again, another vague ending to a story today. Today is vague ending day, right? We go to Japan for our next story. Seismic waves from big earthquakes may have literally just moved Japan, Mallie. If you're trying to find it on a map, don't, because it moved. An earthquake is a real deal when the seismic waves it produces are enough to shift an entire country. Back in 2011, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake struck off the coast of Japan, the most powerful ever recorded in the country. The 4th most powerful recorded anywhere in the world. The earthquake, and in particular the ensuing tsunami, caused widespread damage and killed around 20,000 people, while leaving hundreds of thousands more homeless. It was also responsible for the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. Now, a new analysis of data from the earthquake has revealed that some of the seismic waves it produced actually bounced off the Earth's core and caused parts of Japan to move. I think Ludacris had a song about it. GPS observations indicate that some parts of the country shifted by 5 to 6 millimeters. So it didn't move that far. I bet it, but it moved. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you got to look on a map for it. But one of the seismic waves was found to have traveled 2,900 kilometers to the border between the planet's mantle and liquid outer core before bouncing back. The fact that these waves were actually able to physically nudge Japan itself is a phenomenon that scientists have never identified before. The observation underscores the importance of accounting for this previously unrecognized source of seismic hazard from potential reactivation of the main shock area and surrounding region, even tens of minutes after the main shock, the study's authors wrote. So powerful that it moved an entire country. Pretty impressive. I wish it would have moved this guy to do something other than throw his kid into a crocodile enclosure.
Oh.
Our last story today, a child attacked by a crocodile after being thrown into the enclosure. I can't imagine not liking your child that much.
No. But there are evil people out there.
There are. A man has been arrested and investigations remain ongoing after a 3-year-old was critically injured by the animal. Every parent's worst nightmare became reality this past week when police were called to attend reports of a small boy falling into a crocodile enclosure at Johnson's of Oldhurst Zoo in Cambridgeshire, England. According to news outlets, staff at the zoo, possibly even including the owner's wife, had jumped into the enclosure to save the child, who now remains in a critical but stable condition in the hospital. More worryingly, some reports indicate that a man, who has since been arrested, may have actually pushed or even thrown the small boy into the enclosure in the first place. The man, who's said to not be fit to be interviewed, potentially due to mental health issues, though police have yet to fully determine or confirm the circumstances surrounding the incident. It's also not clear how long the boy was inside the enclosure. Even 1 second's too long.
Yep.
Our inquiries are ongoing as we continue to understand the circumstances surrounding the distressing incident. Detective Inspector, I'll get that right too, Verity McCann said in a statement, our thoughts remain with the boy and his family, and specialist officers continue to support them through this difficult time. All right, with that, Mallie, it's time now for our palate cleanser. We'll switch this up to a different animal, and we'll have a happy story. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. I know you're always looking for company when trying to watch a scary movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of them can get downright horrifying. They're horror movies, after all, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel about watching a horror movie with a nice, fluffy golden retriever?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It turns out that this golden retriever watches scary movies with his mom and has regrets. I'm sorry, he does have regrets. I thought he didn't. It says the golden retriever probably prefers comedies. Although there's a cute little picture of him right here. He's kind of like...
So we're scarring the dog.
Well, maybe a little. I thought he enjoyed them. I got the impression he enjoyed them. Winston, the golden retriever, was scared watching a spooky movie with his mom. Oh, I thought he liked them. I got the impression he liked them. Streaming services are offering both classic and current scary movies to get people in a ghoulish mindset for, well, pretty much all year round. But yeah, it's this season, the summer season, that the horror movies start picking up into the Halloween season, right? Well, Winston, the golden retriever, was watching one of these hair-raising films with his mom. He wasn't quite a fan of her viewing choice. Oh, there's a cute little... Oh, look at this video of Winston right there.
It stopped.
Oh, it stopped. Hold on. Let me start it again. Let me start the video of Winston. There's Winston right there. Look at him. Oh. Oh, little Winston. Poor little guy. I thought this was a happy story about Winston.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry. In the TikTok from @Wacko Winston. Winston's not a wacko. The gorgeous Golden sat huddled on his mom's lap as the two were watching a frightening flick. The quote here is, "Point of view, your dog is watching a scary movie with you," with the caption adding what Winston was probably thinking. I don't like spooky season. Well, duh. What's he supposed to do, attack the TV? By the look on his face, Winston most likely wished his mom had opted for a rom-com. I'm sure he enjoys those. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The canine clearly found whatever he was watching to be chilling and stayed close to his mom for protection. The poor pooch's ears and eyes flinched with whatever was happening on the screen. The name of the movie wasn't revealed, but it was obviously on the scary side. Winston most likely slept with a lot of lights on that night. I'm sorry, Mal. I thought he enjoyed them.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry. All right, let me see if I can redeem this one. We'll go to a different side of the movies. Now, if you may remember, a long time ago on this program, we had a person who thought they were Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sherry Laird. Imagine, if you will, Sherry Laird showing up to an event thinking she was the only Marilyn Monroe, only to be met by a bunch of Marilyn Monroe impersonators who broke the record in California. I would think this would be a hilarious scenario. Well, it happened, and it happened on June 11th. The California city celebrated Marilyn Monroe's 100th birthday by gathering 1,037 people dressed as the Hollywood star to break a Guinness World Record. 1,037 people dressed as Marilyn Monroe. Do you think they all sang happy birthday to the president? Now, see, that would have been something.
Mm-hmm.
The Monroe impersonators donned the star's iconic dress from the 1955 film The 7-Year Itch in downtown Palm Springs on May 30th to break the record for the largest gathering of people dressed as Marilyn Monroe. How people keep track of this stuff, I have no idea.
Yeah.
The previous record, by the way, of 254 Marilyns was set by the Maryland Jetty swim team in Australia in 2020. So the bar wasn't that high.
Right.
They had to exceed it by like 800 Marilyns. Interesting. The Maryland 100 event served as a fundraiser for Palm Springs Pride and helped to keep the city's Pride Festival free for all attendees. So there you go. Residents and visitors shared in an unforgettable historic day for Palm Springs. Rhonda Hart, president of Palm Springs Pride, told Guinness World Records, Marilyn Monroe was far more than Hollywood glamour. She was a courageous ally who stood for authenticity in marginalized communities when it mattered most. So there you be. 1,037.
It's a lot of people.
Now, if you want to get, if you want to break that record,
mm-hmm.
you got to have at least 1,050 Marilyns.
Mm.
On her, what, 110th birthday? I'm guessing. You got to go for a milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. All right. With that, that's gonna end our program for today. That's for sure. I'm sorry I disappointed on the golden retriever. I thought that was
it's all right. I'll let it go.
Thought the golden retriever was liking didn't like horror movies. I seem to have disappointed today, Mallie. I apologize on that.
That's all right.
I'm a bad host. I'll try to redeem myself tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow on the big program, we have a guest returning to the program who hasn't been here in 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. It's my fault, really. It's not her fault. She's perfectly fine. She's a great guest.
Mm-hmm.
It's more my fault.
Yeah. So it's you, not her.
Yeah, it's me, not her.
Okay.
Although that sounds like a bad dating line, though, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a breakup.
It does sound like a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
No, it has nothing to do with her. It has everything to do with me. You know, every once in a while, you have a really good guest, and you just, time passes, and you go, hey, wait a minute. I wonder whatever happened to. And you find out, hey, they've done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened to Dr. Kelly Renee Schutz. She's done a lot. It's me that's off. So we'll figure out what exactly has gone on with Dr. Kelly Renee Schutz. I believe she's written like 12 books.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
She's got 5 podcasts out there. She's been on Coast to Coast AM. What am I doing with my life? So that's what we'll figure out tomorrow on the big program. What exactly I'm doing with my life, why she's off making a name for herself. So that's on the big program tomorrow here on Darkness Radio. Probably should make a either a wish board or an organized list of things to do with this program from here on out.
Oh, like a vision board?
Yeah, vision board. I'm sorry, vision board. Yeah. Wish board, vision board, whatever you call that thing. See, I'm not even that organized, Mallie. I don't even know what you call the thing. Yeah. I've got work to do.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts before we leave people today?
Not really. This Saturday, I'm going to the 200-year anniversary of our local cemetery. We're having a little celebration.
Oh, will we be serving refreshments?
We are.
Oh, good.
Yep. Our little old Oakwood cemetery, 200 years.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Daughters of the Revolution.
Oh.
Yep, we'll be there.
Ooh.
So all that stuff, yeah.
Do you know who the oldest resident of that cemetery is?
Her last name is Clark.
I'm impressed that you know that. Yeah.
It's a girl. I forget what her first name is, though.
Okay.
It's off the tip of my tongue, but
wow.
Yeah. Clark is the last name.
Clark is the last name. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're going to start doing QR codes.
Really? Like on the tombstones? Really?
Yeah.
It's
not owned by a church or anything like that, so it's like a committee that takes care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impressed by that.
Yeah, it's a little old cemetery.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you scan the QR code, will it come up with information about the deceased?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. There's a lot of bodies that the headstones have either sunk because it's kind of marshy because it's right next to the river.
Okay.
So there's a lot of headstones that have either like sunk or they've been broken, or supposedly there's like a big mass grave when the flu, influenza and stuff came through.
Yeah.
In the corner. Yeah. So there's a lot more. I've seen the plat of like where bodies are, and there's a lot more there than there are headstones.
Really?
So yeah.
Now, if someone comes up after scanning a QR code and says, "Hey, I didn't get my coupon for Jiffy Lube," are you going to smack them right across the face? It's a terrible joke. Terrible joke. But that sounds really cool. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's a really cool feature. I'd never heard of that before. Mm-hmm. Wow. Interesting. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. We'll have to find out what the aftermath of that deal.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a big turnout.
Yeah. So it's open to the public.
Huh?
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, it's not a private cemetery.
Very cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, folks, we'll wrap it up for today. But again, Dr. Kelly Renee Schutz tomorrow. We'll talk about everything she has going on and how much I don't. That's coming up tomorrow on the big program. For Mallie Fox, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you so much for continuing to watch and listen to us here on the best in paranormal podcasting. See you tomorrow right here on Darkness Road.